friends, and yes, it is another Wednesday of Cabbages and Rants. Tom, I'm glad you had a good time away. I'm going away on the 6th of March, but only for the weekend, to Melbourne. But that'll be fun. Anyway, Laura, I'm sorry that you've been under so much pressure this week. I can sympathise with you, but my pressure at the moment isn't school pressure, it's just general life stuff. But I know how hard it can get when schoolwork piles up. Adam, I'll put whatever I want in my videos. I don't necessarily always like watching you lip sync to Tool either, but we put up with these things. I've been thinking a lot about this week's topic because it's the sort of thing that I sort of think about a lot, but never come up with a conclusive answer for. As humans, we've all got an expiry date, and it would really suck to find out what it is. I don't know if I'm going to die in 10 minutes time when I step out of the unit, or if I'm going to die in 80 years, but I don't really want to know. I don't like the thought that having some sort of knowledge of that would change the way that I live my life, because I think even if I did find out that I had a week left to live, there's not a lot that I could do. I'd like to travel, and I like to think that if I only had a week left to live, I would travel and I'd go and see all of the places that I've always wanted to see, and then I would die feeling like I'd accomplished something. But the fact is, I don't have the money to travel now, which is why I'm not travelling now, and even if I only had a week left to live, I still couldn't get that money together. If I thought that right now I had some way to fund a trip around the world, I'd do it, regardless of the consequences. To me, travelling and experiencing the world is more important than having security at home. So, before I buy a house or make any huge investment in this life, I want to travel and see the world. So if that means I have to take out a $100,000 loan and pay that back just because I'm travelling, I'd rather do that than take out a $200,000 loan and buy a house. So when I first sat down to really think about this question, my first thought was to say that I would travel, and I'd go to England, and I'd see Ireland and Scotland, and I'd see Stonehenge. And then I'd go to France, and I'd see Versailles, and I'd travel the coast road, and I'd go to a whole heap of places throughout Europe and see things that have always interested me, and I'd want to go to Venice, and then I'd travel to Egypt and see the pyramids. But I could never afford to do that. Realistically, I could probably only afford a ticket to somewhere international, maybe even only one way, and even then that wouldn't help me out much when I got there. And then I thought to myself, well, I'd still like to travel and see the people that I met and meet people for the first time, such as Adam, but then that's not really something that I'd want to do either, because there are people out there who I'd like to meet and spend time with and get to know. But I only want to meet and spend time with those people if I can enjoy them. I think having the knowledge that I couldn't stick around to enjoy them and have them in my life would defeat the purpose of going to meet those people. So I thought, okay, what about closer to home? What would I do differently here? Are there people that I would want to tell things, or are there certain people that I'd like to spend more time with? And at the end of the day, the answer to that is no. I wouldn't want to do anything differently with anybody, because that would be a lie. The way my life is at the moment is the way that it is for a reason. There are things that I would like to say to people, but I don't say them to people because I know how much trouble it would cause, not only for me, but for them. And I don't want to die knowing that I've caused someone more trouble just to get something off my chest. So I've decided, realistically, what it is that I would do if I only had a week left to live. And I think this is the exact same thing that I'd do if I went to the doctor and was diagnosed with a terminal illness and was told that I'd only have 3 months to live. I'd just keep living the way that I am. Maybe all I'd do is just live out the week and try to make peace with the fact that I wasn't going to be around to do all of the things that I ever wanted to do, and there are certain people in my life that I'll never finish things with or see things through, and I'd just be sad about that. This was a really morbid topic, and I don't like thinking about these sorts of things. Next week I want us to talk about sleep. I like sleep, it's good. I'll see you all next week.
We're Cabbages.